ordeal. I have family members who are. Please listen to me carefully. Now, as I speak to you now, we have collaborated with the Ministry of Finance. And please listen carefully. When it comes to issues of salary, the Ministry of Health then collaborates with the Ministry of Finance. Now, out of the 13,500 people, more than 7,000 to 8,000 of them have been processed and they are receiving salary.
It's not true.
It's a lie.
Now, we have about 6,500 of you whose documentations are still being processed. What I can tell you on authority is that we appreciate the challenges you are going through, but we as a Ministry of Health will continue to work closely with the Ministry of Finance until all of you are paid. And so I have heard a lot of you screaming when. With the greatest of respect, allow me to get back to my colleague, the Minister for Finance. Let's put our heads together so that we can give you the final, deadline. I do not want to stand here and give you a timeline, say next week, and when it's not being fulfilled, it will be construed as we have also, disappointed you again. I know you are going through a lot, but with the greatest of respect, please bear with us. Please bear with us. We will continue to work closely with the Ministry of Finance until each and every one of you have been paid. You are right to demand what you are due.
Yes, you are an employer.
And therefore, not until all of you are paid, we will not relax on our hours. But unfortunately, we will not determine your salaries as a Ministry of Health alone. We will have to work.
And that was from the Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah Kando. Renowned Ghanaian lawyer Chachuchi Kata has alleged that individuals with political connections are behind the country's Galamsey crisis. According to him, vested interests are sabotaging Ghana's fight against Galamsey, highlighting the need for transparency, enforcement and political courage. Mr. Chikata believes that individuals with higher authority are shielding illegal miners from persecution, while attributing the deadly canker governance weakness, institutional failures and entrenched interest. He urged traditional authorities and local communities to take ownership of solutions that require sustained enforcement.
One is that clearly there are vested interests that are protecting the whole situation that we find ourselves in. There are vested interests which are trying to prevent any serious combating of what we publicly are recognizing is an untenable situation. I mean, you ask yourself, if we all proclaim that this is something terrible, why is it that there's still some people who are able to get away with, mining in forest areas, illegal, mining in various parts of the country? I mean, clearly, some of these people have felt protected politically, for instance. And again, I think we need to call a spade a spade. I mean, in the last 8 years, you look at the number of licenses that were granted for mining, including mining in these forest areas and so on. And it doesn't make sense. I mean, if you were saying a year ago, you were raising issues, alarms about this, why was it possible, even just before the handover to a new government that had been elected, in the December election, why was it possible for so many new licenses to be granted? Why? You ask yourself.
You talk about in the last 8 years, but you do understand that even before the last 8 years, Galamsey was still rampant.
I understand that. All I'm pointing out is that we are talking about continued Galamsey activities, even in the face of us all agreeing as a country that this is doing a lot of damage. Yes, it's been there, but the scale of it in the last year has been extraordinary. I mean, your colleagues, investigative journalists, have been, exposing some of these things. Everybody is talking about it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that it's a new problem. I'm saying that the scale of the problem has been extraordinary, and it would not have reached these levels if it did not have the backing of powerful vested interests.
In related developments, the Domahin of Sajifo Siadeyo Ajuma Mbedu II has emphasized that the upcoming meeting between the government and civil society organizations on Galamsey should be a meaningful step towards addressing the canker. As part of the committee inaugurated by President Mahama, Domahin is tasked of evaluating mining operations in forest reserves, identifying best practices and proposing strategies to mitigate environmental degradation, by urging the government and the CSOs to make a step in the right direction. The Domahin is emphasizing the need for concrete action.
I've been on this tool for almost 26 and a half years. Galamsey the illegal mining did not start yesterday. It's been with us for some time. If you ask me about my assessment, I would say now it's going down. You know why I'm saying that? If you look at some of the steps that have been taken, before we're not hearing about the people in the blue, the water gas and all that. We're not hearing all that. You understand? People have invaded the forest reserve. We're not seeing that. Before this regime came, I know for a fact, because of the work that I do, 9 forest reserves have been taken over. Now that situation has been kept down. I wouldn't stand here to say that Galamsey is gone. It's still with us. But I believe that if you look at now the seriousness, I want to encourage whoever is in charge, the Minister for Lands, government, the people of Ghana, we should ensure that we nip this situation in the bud. So far as I'm concerned, except at times I'm not in Doma, but I want to assure the people that so far as that area called Doma, once you are there, be sure that one day you'll be caught, and you know the punishment, minimum 15 years. Do you have to do that? So I'm calling on all Ghanaians that this is the only thing that our ancestors left for us, so we don't have to destroy the water bodies. We don't want to destroy our cocoa farms, and ensure that we do farming in the right way so that we can all be happy.
A state of emergency, you think?
No, it has not come to that. Let's look at how much we garner in respect of mining. I mean, once you declare state of emergency, the question is that who can do? If we are not able to get that resources, there will be a gap. How is government going to? So there's a need for us to do it. As for mining, nobody will argue that there shouldn't be mining, but it has to be mined responsibly. That is the whole thing. People who are doing Galamsey, we are destroying ourselves. There's a need to start. I want to appeal, especially as a chief. We, the chief, should not say we don't have the power. If somebody could do it, is in the jurisdiction, and not allowing people to do it, why can't you do it? In Doma, if you come there, I'll arrest you and give you to the police so that you'll be prosecuted. I want to appeal to everybody. They should ensure that the people should not engage in Galamsey, because if you do it and you are arrested, you know the consequence for it.
Minister of Roads and Highways Gavin Kwame Nagboja has outlined ambitious plan to transform Kumasi transportation. He stressed that the 45 kilometers Kumasi Outer Ring Road is a significant infrastructure development that will enhance connectivity, facilitate the movement of goods and services to unlock economic opportunities for millions. The minister has pledged to prioritize road maintenance, recognizing its critical role in promoting economic growth. He also called for increased transparency and efficiency in project implementation, emphasizing the need for proper value for money assessment to prevent cost overrun.
The finance minister's comment about thanking you for the Japanese support for Ghana in many fields. With a specific reference to roads, there's a known record of your support for us doing very quality work. And we believe that this is one other evidence with regard to that. The President of the Republic is determined to reverse the uncomfortable and unhelpful situation on our roads. The average person in our country is unhappy with the road near them. That is why through his finance minister, my brother here, you will notice that he is investing extensively to make improvement on the road network in our country. Indeed, Kumasi is a very strategic town, city in our country, and the traffic situation is such that when you're moving from the south to the north, the obvious route currently is going through Kumasi, and the delays and the loss of productivity that everybody suffers by going through Kumasi needed to be addressed. Even if you are just driving around Kumasi, government is not only waiting for development partner support. You will notice that government itself over the years have done investment in Kumasi. As the President Mahama's government took office, there were other significant projects initiated through other sources that stalled. The Swami Interchange is one of them. The President directed, the Finance Minister graciously took over that project to be completed under the Big Push project. Secondly, dealing with the north-south traffic, government has also taken the opportunity to start the outer ring road. What you are doing is the inner ring road, basically preventing traffic or giving an alternative to traffic that is not intended for Kumasi, not to even enter Kumasi at all. So we are going to do about, Douala is about over 40 kilometers from the Jisu all the way back to intersect with the road leading to Mampong. That project has already been procured with government resources, and contractors should be mobilizing to site as we speak. And we want to take the opportunity to thank the Finance Ministry for funding many of these interventions from the ministry. With regard to this particular project, I would encourage Urban Road to ensure that the days where we tout the investment without ensuring that that investment is feasible and checkable and durable are gone. Under this government, when we make the investment, we want to see the outcome. And with the Japanese grant, evident in many of the things, including the end of the motorway, quality work delivered within time and budget. So we are going to ensure through Urban Road that we deliver this also within budget and on time, and all other projects. It doesn't have to be only Japanese project. Even if it's Ghana government funded project, must match the Japanese quality that they deliver. So we are very grateful. We want to once again thank the Finance Minister and the government for supporting the activities of the road ministry. We commit.
In business, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) has expressed confidence in Ghana's ability to sustain fiscal discipline even after the country exits its current program in May 2026. The fund says reforms already introduced provide a strong framework for long-term stability and market confidence. At a press briefing in Washington, D.C., the IMF Director of Communications, Julie Kozak, underscored underscored that some of these measures are designed to endure beyond the life of the program. A revamped fiscal responsibility framework, the establishment of an independent fiscal council, and improvement in public financial management, which aims at improving and supporting the efficiency of public spending, she noted. She further explained that the new fiscal rules are explicit and binding. The fiscal responsibility framework includes a primary balance rule that requires an annual primary fiscal surplus of at least 1.5% of GDP, and it also includes a public debt target of 45% of GDP. Kozak emphasized that these reforms are crucial for shaping policy choices in the years ahead. This fiscal responsibility framework provides some guidance for policymakers as they seek to entrench fiscal discipline in the country. Government has pledged to uphold this commitment as part of effort to reassure investors, donors and markets that fiscal credibility will not be lost after program completion. Meanwhile, an IMF mission team led by Rubin has commenced its fifth review of Ghana's performance under the program in Accra. The team is expected to spend 2 weeks engaging officials from the Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Ghana. The government has secured a 3 billion Japanese yen, about $20 million grant from the Japan International Cooperation Agency to upgrade the inner ring road in Kumasi. The facility was disclosed by Finance Minister Dr. Kaiser Lato-Forsen after signing the agreement in Accra. The inner ring road, which connects N6 to N8 within Kumasi and forms part of the Takrady-Tema Port corridor, has become heavily congested due to rapid traffic growth, creating bottlenecks, delays and safety concerns for commuters and freight operators. According to Dr. Forsen, the project will widen 3.2 kilometers of road between Santase and Ahunjo roundabout, upgrade intersections with modern traffic signals, and improve pedestrian facilities and drainage systems. It will also enhance connectivity between Santasin roundabout and N8. The transformation is expected to significantly improve traffic flow, with travel speed projected to more than triple. Journey times will be cut drastically, and both passenger and freight movements across Kumasi will become far more efficient. Dr. Forsen expressed appreciation to JICA for the grant, describing it as a demonstration of Japan's long-standing partnership with Ghana. He added that the Kumasi project forms part of a broader infrastructure agenda in the Ashanti region, which also includes the Swami Interchange and local roads, the Sunyani Road Phase 2, and the forthcoming 45-kilometer Kumasi Outer Ring Road. To sports, a few hours after receiving his call-up to Ghana's national men football team, the Black Stars officially Kojo Pepra featured in his latest outing for French side OGC Nice. Pepra is part of the 24-man squad called up to the team ahead of Ghana's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Central African Republic and Comoros. Ghana's game against Central African Republic takes place in Morocco on October 8th, ahead of its game against Comoros on October 12th at the Accra Sports Stadium. Pepra was one of two players called up to the team for the first time, with Midiama midfielder Prince Owusu being the other. Hours after getting into the international team, 21-year-old Pepra played 80 minutes in OGC Nice's 2-1 loss to Turkish side in the Europa League. He was replaced by Antion Mehdi. In his time on the field, Pepra made 4 clearances, blocked 2 shots, made 2 interceptions, and completed 84% of his passes. He is in line to play in Nice League 1 game against AS Monaco on Sunday, October 5th, before the international break. Fulham FC manager Marco Silva is wary about the threat of Ghana's Antoine Semenyo, but believes that the threat of AFC Bournemouth goes beyond the Black Stars forward. Semenyo scored against Fulham last season and has been in great form to start the 2025-2026 season, as he has 4 goals and 2 assists in 6 games in the league. The former Bristol City player has been in brilliant form despite his struggles with Ghana's Black Stars and ahead of Bournemouth's clash against Fulham on Friday, October 3rd at the Vitality Stadium. Silva is worried about the Cherries' front line and not just Semenyo. When I say physical side, not talking about the side of the team, the physical way they approach, the physical way they challenge every single moment of the game. It's not just him. If you look at the solutions they have in the front line, it's not just him, of course. He's in a good moment. Last season was very good for him as well. I think they are much more than just Semenyo. We have to be aware of them as a team and not just one player, he said. In showbiz, award-winning Ghanaian actress Gloria Safo has vowed to continue advocating for change in the country's struggling film industry. The outspoken actress said, although some of her colleagues criticize her for being vocal about the state of the industry, she will not relent. She stressed that her commitment is for the benefit of younger actors entering the field. I used to say the Ghanaian film industry is not worth dying for, but I've changed my mind because I think I'm fighting for the next generation of filmmakers, not the people who think they are okay, who think they are satisfied, they are content with where they are, with where the movie industry is. I am fighting for the next generation, she said. According to her, many young actors frequently reach out to her expressing their frustration and urging her not to give up her advocacy. In an Instagram post published on 15 July 2025, Safo lamented that the talent of many Ghanaian actors who could thrive elsewhere, particularly in Nigeria, are being wasted at home. Honestly, if you are in Nigeria as an actor, you realize that you are really wasting your talent back in Ghana, she wrote. She described the situation as totally disheartening, questioning what had gone wrong in an industry that once flourished. Her comments drew mixed reactions, with some lambasting her for portraying Ghana in a bad light. Gloria Safo has featured in a number of productions, including Ephira, The Perfect Picture, Aloe Vera, and Adam the Eve. Ghanaian reggae dancehall veteran Shatarako has released a new song highlighting the contributions of early pioneers who helped shape the country's reggae and dancehall scene. In the track titled Before D-Hype, Shatarako recalls some of the trailblazers who laid the foundation for the juniors' growth in the country. He mentioned himself, General Marcos, Root I, Scooby Silla, Samini B, and OD4, Ras Nega Brewanana, among others. He also pays tribute to fallen soldiers. According to Shatarako, who released his debut in 2005, their era was marked by discipline on stage. He suggests that during their time, nobody mounted the stage with gun, stressing that it was purely entertainment during their days. Unlike in recent times, the rise of a newer wave of reggae and dancehall acts in the country later ushered in a revival that made the genre more competitive. This wave has been characterized by intense rivalries, lyrical clashes and struggles for supremacy, sparking controversies and fueling fan debate, from sound clashes, award scheme and fandom feuds to battle over genre ownership. And that is all for now on the Morning News broadcast. Do also log on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news stories. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. Thank you so much for making time with me. Do have a good morning.
When you guy, what it? John, when you guy, what it? A boy now when you alright, Busia go by the name Coin Takra. Call me, say you're Coin Takra. Then you time it's Coin Takra live on Ghana Talks Radio now. Mondays and Fridays, may the time it's Coin Takra. Bravo, when you say Monday, let's day. Aya mamere abakwasem Africa, Ghana, our heritage. Eka mamere ni amani yeteti abakwasem hon komo ni yedi. Aya hina ni yekonie now Friday ni ye bass on bass. Friday yeah rap. We dey talk about entertainment. We dey talk about music business. So join me this Monday and Friday. Be our live on Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget. So be follow all the social media platforms like Ghana Talks Radio and Ko Intakra. Me so me page in the so Ko Intakra. Now listen, ebeye fire, ebeye wojab our Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so be download the app on the Play Store and the App Store. Call me. Your time it's Ko Intakra Monday and Fridays. Jinamudi obiama miara time no 7 p.m. sharp. Yeah, the Jumedi any bro. Hinanie Konya on your guy. Wadim Saviete Sika Yafanko Tovenza.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. I'm in some good spirits this morning because, yes, my team is doing well. Other teams are suffering and all that. The weekend is almost here. The weekend is actually here. Tomorrow, some teams are playing. I can predict the teams which are going to lose, but my team is going to win. So yeah, good morning to you, and good morning to my team folks, and good morning to everyone listening to us and watching us in the studios of Ghana Talks Radio, except my producer here who supports Chelsea, the Mark who I don't know why he's still there, but you know, time will tell. The deliverance will work, and you know, he will change his mind. Other than that, we are happy to have you on the show once again. This morning we are here to serve you some conversations that you are going to really enjoy. In the studios with me, I have Baki, who speaks for the NPP, and later on the show we are going to have Ayamba join us on the show. Ayamba speaks for the NDC as well. It's been quite a week. We've had so many things going there, coming here and all that, and we are going to have our bits on that, so stay tuned and enjoy the conversation. Baggy,
Charlie.
Good morning.
Morning. We started already. Oh.
You're looking nice, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. I'm not too good.
Your skin is glowing and all that. Hey, Baki. Opposition is good, eh?
Hey.
And now buying Papa Nora and
it's
true. It's right. God has been good to us. Yeah,
definitely.
God has been good. But yeah, I know you've been on some trips and some journeys. I hope everything went well.
Oh yes, by God's grace, you know. We thank him for you know, some went on journeys and they didn't return.
Sure.
And so far as we've also plied the same road, some for almost 15 to 16 hours.
Wow.
To and from, and then he has brought us safely. We thank him.
Sure.
And all we can say is we are grateful.
We are grateful
for the life he has given us.
We are grateful to God. We are grateful. And yeah, Now, before we even move into the conversations for today, so many things have been happening here and there. Last week you weren't in, but the Foreign Affairs Minister, he has handed out some diplomatic passport to some people. This passport we normally see it being given to, let's say, dignitaries. We are talking about the high-profile pastors and preachers in the country, and mostly politicians. This time around, we see what we would call the ordinary citizen also being recognized by the government. What do you make of this?
Yes, I think it's a good step in the right direction, because it's not always about those in the political class or people we classify as dignitaries and all that. There are other people who equally sell the name of our country out there through their own talent or their own way of doing things.
Sure.
And we can talk about one of the finest gentlemen who also got it, Wodumaya, who is doing so well for the country.
Sure.
I think if you go outside and you engage one or two people, likelihood you are going to mention his name is very high. And you know, through their content and some of the information they put out there, people get to hear of Ghana, and they show interest to come. But I think where we had a bit of challenges with regards to some of our local actors, like the Kumewood, for instance, where Nana McBrown, the likes of Acrobato and Co. I think they could have just blended, because if you look at it, it was cornered to those who are, I would say, internationally recognized, like those who speak the English and the rest. So we also have to empower our own local people to also feel like, to also boost the energy of those who are into the local industry. So I felt Nana McBrown, yes, is somebody who is also putting the name of our country on the globe, and Acrobato. Through his real news, a lot of people I've heard of
because
the country and all that.
When we speak of diplomacy, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but diplomacy is a bit more defined. We are looking at people who are bringing in streams to the country's coffers as a whole, something you do to draw the attention of other people outside Ghana profitably into the country. And so it could be all these names you mentioned, they are doing well, they are putting, but if we should, as to say, go by that, then we are possibly going to even look at our musicians as well. They are playing shows all over. There was this particular musician, Amare. This lady, she's doing really well, doing so well. So if we should go by that, I don't know. I have my own personal reservations when it comes to these people being included, because I heard Nana Abanamwa bring up that particular issue, and the minority also spoke about it. But with this one, I would have my reservations on that. I really
what the reason why we are talking about these people too is that at least to also boost those who are into the local industry. To also feel like, yes, we are part of it, we are being recognized for the good, because they are also working extra hard. And most of them also have strong fan base internationally. Yes, we can talk of the likes of Shatawali, Sarkodie, Stoneboy, and the rest. They could have equally been a part of it.
Okay, all right, that's fair, that's fine. Okay, one other thing we are going to be looking at in your absence that we couldn't have the time to really speak about is the state was calling for a state of emergency, but then the government responded with security zone area. Or do you think declaring these environmental sites a security zone rather than calling for a state of emergency is the right response to the fight against galamsey?
Yes, for me, I've always held a strong view that where we find ourselves now as a country, where galamsey has got into, there is nothing like declaring a particular place as a red zone or security zone or what have you. As it stands now, the only thing we have to do that is going to help all of us is to put a ban on all forms of mining for the meantime.
Okay.
Let's look at the positive outcome.
Okay.
Then we can now regulate the system.
Okay.
And make sure people mine responsibly. If you cast your mind back to 2017, when President Akufo-Addo came, he kept a ban on small scale mining. And we all saw the outcome, the positive outcome.
Okay.
Where at a point in 2018, people were even calling for President Akufo-Addo to lift the ban from the small scale mining because we were seeing a positive impact on our water bodies and that of our forest.
Okay.
So basically, I think this was even what informed their decision prior to the 2024 election that, you know what, President Akufo-Addo has done it before. We've seen the outcome. So why not declare state of emergency again? Because Galamsey is getting to a point where it's really destroying our water bodies. And mind you, now we were in this country somewhere last 2 weeks, where Ghana Water Company was demanding an increment in their tariff of 281%. Because their backbone for that increment was due to how Galamsey was destroying our water bodies. And then they purifying it, the cost involved. And we were here, ECG also came, and then they were demanding for an increment in their tariff because of the same Galamsey. Just somewhere last 2 weeks, FDA too is out telling us the impact Galamsey is having on us. Where research have been conducted, some of the food we consume, like yam, like contumely, the metal, the lead, the arsenic, and all that, is contaminating our foods that we eat. So today, it's not a threat to our land alone, it's not a threat to our water bodies, but to the food, to the extent of the cosmetics we use, the pomades and the rest, the air we even breathe. They are part of this country where Galamsey is affecting it. That is why I hold a strong view that if it's getting this devastating, it's getting this serious, then why are we lacking the political commitment of declaring a state of emergency to see the positive outcome? So this is not a matter of partisanship. It's not a matter of NDC, MPP. This has gotten to a core where you and I are being affected. Probably maybe the president might have other alternatives when it comes to water, food, and the rest, because they might be privileged. But for we, the less privileged, we don't have those opportunities. So we beg them. This, I think, has gotten to a point where we now have to plead on them. We are begging. They should call a state of emergency. And what I found so worrying and puzzling, and sometimes I find it difficult to understand, is that these same people we are talking about, in opposition, we're singing the same tune with us. In opposition, we're saying the same thing. We have the likes of Sam George, who said we pay the president with the taxpayers' money, who's the commander-in-chief of Ghana Armed Forces, and can end this menace, this Galamsey phenomenon within 1 week. We had Ablakwa, the foreign minister, who gave 15 acute points to solve illegal mining. We have the same Ablakwa who sat on Metro TV to say that we should declare a state of emergency. We should put a ban on all forms of mining for 10 years. We have the current minister for lands and natural resources who had an interview with GH1 and boldly stated that we should declare a state of emergency. The energy minister, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, who wants to become a flag bearer, equally added his voice to it that we should declare a state of emergency now. We shouldn't even wait till tomorrow. The president even said that's the responsibility of President Akufo-Addo to deal with Galamsey at that time. Today, you are the president. If you go to their 120-day contract with the Ghanaian people, paragraph 19, they talk about banning illegal mining in our forest reserves and then all forms of mining in our forest reserves, where the late minister Mutala, may his soul rest in peace, granted an interview saying that President Mama will hold his promise of repealing LI 246 within 120 days. Till today, it has not been done. If you go to their manifesto, where they talk about responsible mining, the first statement they made is that they are going to wage a ruthless war against Galamsey. What are we seeing? Is this the ruthless war they are talking about? Even when this incident happened and we lost our 8 gallant heroes through this same Galamsey fight, we had the foreign minister come to tell us, granting an interview saying that the president is fixed on this, and then what he can assure Ghanaians is that after the funeral, they are going to wage a war against Galamsey. Is this the war they are talking about? If this is the war, then we beg them. This is not what we want. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you there, Baki. Now, Baki, let's come home. Your own party. What is going on in your party?
Yes.
So many strikes and complaints of indiscipline, misconduct here and there, people warning people here and there, people speaking their minds to people here and there. But what exactly is
definitely. I think in the course of this week, the few stations I've been on or the platforms I've been on come out with this question: what's going on in MPP? Hey, what's happening? But all I can tell you is that nothing so serious is going on. Really? Everything is under control.
Nothing serious.
Everything is under control.
Because there is a strong extend warning. That's done.
Yes,
that has been released by Honorable Ken to the camp of
One thing I always put across is that our party is a party that believes in democracy. We believe in holding the principles of our party in high esteem. We believe in following due process. You can see that as it stands now, NDC are in government just 9 months. People are already pursuing their presidential ambitions. And when we were in government, that you cannot do that. It was at the latter part where they were given the opportunity to contest, where you saw people. And I think at this critical moment, we should be focused on that, to condemn that in all modesty and humility. Because President Mahama just came for 9 months. Now this is just his 9th month.
But
we should allow President Mahama.
There haven't been
we should allow. I'll get there. We should allow President Mahama to operate. Sometimes I feel for him because if you're a president and then just within 9 months, people are already working their ways out to come and succeed you. Meaning it's going to bring a whole lot. We are here when the party chairman is embarking on a tech tour. And what is the reason behind it? We all know he's politically motivated. It is due to his own parochial interest to become the next flag bearer.
Really?
We are here where their chief of staff today is jumping from one health talk to the other. Today he has extended the health work to Ashanti region. We are here where Eriko Poku, the Agric minister, was interviewed and was asked if he's going to contest for the flag bearer. I said yes, boldly, he said it. So, you see, it's getting to a point where it's becoming serious because we voted for them to come and make sure they fix the problems they spoke about, the promises they gave the Ghanaian people, which they are failing. Today, there are a whole lot of things that is happening. I think we'll come there. See the nurses, they are crying. See teachers are crying. But all Ghanaian people are crying today. And all they seek to do is who is going to succeed President Mahama. We've not gotten there yet. Now, back to my party. You know, everybody is aware that as it stands now, aspirants are given the opportunity to go around the country to campaign so that they are being elected as the next flag bearer. And we all know some of the challenges this sometimes comes with, you know. So far as it's a contest, it will get to a period where everybody wants to also have their share of what is going on. So all I can say is that nowadays the how people twist information is becoming so alarming. Because sometimes you can see some videos, you don't even know whether this is AI or is a real video. Because if you look at where all these issues started coming from, was when Chairman Wood to be made a statement and it was twisted. And he came out, I think, afterwards with a communique to state what really he said and debunk the twisted video that was going on. Where Chairman Abronye also made his claims, and then I think those claims were so unfortunate. But you know, sometimes in the heat of the argument, you are lured to say a lot of things that you finish. I know he himself will be like, "Oh, Charlie, why did I say this?" And some of these things, yes, they do happen. We cannot go against that. People from Ken's camp equally. People from Ken's camp are seriously attacking Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and I think that should be condemned because some of the things sometimes they say. I believe that politics or campaigning should be based on visions, your policies, what you can do, why they should vote for you, why delegates should trust you, why they should go and queue early morning just to elect you as the next flag bearer.
But Baki, are you being fair with what you just said? That the Ken's camp is rather attacking Bawumia's camp?
Yes, I can give you a lot of instances.
Really?
I can give you a lot of instances.
Because so far, all that we've seen has been the Bawumia's camp rather.
What has happened? What are they saying?
Look at Abronye. What camp is Abronye?
Abronya has said it emphatically that he, on the day of election, will vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Exactly. He's throwing his support behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Exactly. Now look at the jabs he's been throwing. Let's be honest.
Everybody in the party, everybody in the party is aware that there's an issue between Abronya and Honorable Ken, and for that one cannot be linked to any camp.
Oh, are you sure?
And Abronya has made it emphatic. For more than times a number.
Yeah.
And we know where even Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was embarking on his thank you tour, where he invited his colleagues that he contested with, and they got to Bono region. We know what happened, what transpired. Where Ken and then Abronya had to exchange words and all that. So this is something that goes beyond camp issues.
But as an aspiring flag bearer,
let's bear in mind, Abronya too is a chairman of a political party, a regional chairman.
I get it. But as an aspiring flag bearer of the NPP, in the person of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is also the recently former vice president of the country, if in your camp you have a person go around throwing this misconduct, I mean, don't you call him to order?
And the issue is, whenever you listen to what Abronya does or says, you realize he's rebutting something. Yeah, there are clear examples. If you listen to his videos very well, always Abronya is rebutting something that has been said by someone. Like Ken coming to say he financed the party, money. He comes to rebut and say, you know what, the party is not about money. And if it's about money, some of them wouldn't have gotten to where they are. And to run a party is about vision and what you can do for the political party. It's not you say that because I have money, because I finance. There are a lot of people who finance political parties. Is that to say automatically you become the next flag bearer? No. I think this was where some of these issues started from. You have people from Ken's camp, like I've forgotten his name, but his nickname Abua Papo. I don't know his real name. Abua Papo.
I don't know.
Yes, saying a whole lot of things. Why are people not talking about that? And you see, we are in the party and we know their members, and we know some of the things they can say, to the extent of even attacking Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's wife. If I send some of the videos, you would get to appreciate some of the things we are doing. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia keeps telling those around him that, you know what, let's focus on sending our message to the delegates. Let's convince the delegate to believe in us, because after the election, we'll all come back. This is just a section of the process.
Sure.
The bigger picture is 2028. We need everybody to come back on board so that we work collectively and then win. So if you ask, everybody that's around Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will tell you that always what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia preaches is peace. A clear example is, we all know Ifeanyi Asniga, who continuously or has been attacking Ken mostly, where when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went to abroad for a program where she was present, we all heard what she came to say. That when the man met her, he said, you know what, it's not nice of you, don't stop attacking Honorable Ken.
Sure.
You can say what you want to say, but take the attacks, the personal attacks, and then the insult out. Ifeanyi Asniga came to say it. So this is to tell you who Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is.
Okay.
And you see, it's clear, you know, if you are going into any election, definitely we all know who is going to win. And
really?
then,
so in this case, who do you think?
Oh, it's so obvious. By the grace of God and the support of our party delegate, definitely Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia is going to win, and we are all aware. And that is why you find out all the aspirants, they try to attack Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia just to be relevant. Because if you look at the other four aspirants, nobody is talking about any of them.
Okay.
If anybody is talking, it's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Okay. We're in this country. I think I was here a day before we went to submit our forms at the party office, where Honorable Ken went, Dr. Banachampa went, Honorable Edichum went, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went, Engineer Wabine Japan went. But when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went to submit his form and said, you know what, delegate, please, I want you to help me so that we win together. And then they coined out a slogan which is "Win with Bawumia." Then the delegate said, "I cannot impair." Was a problem in this country. We also watched the other aspirants were doing. Meanwhile, they went. They said what they want to say. Some of them making a lot of claims, but you never saw any Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's camp member coming to attack them. But immediately we said Akana Impe, it became a problem. That why would you say Akana Impe? You can equally say Aka 50% plus 1 because you've not gone before. And nobody's come to attack you.
Okay.
So, you know, some of these issues have been happening, and always we are focused on sharing our messages to the delegate, because this Akana Impe was not born by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That's the truth.
Okay.
It was a slogan that when we go to the delegate and engage them, they tell you that, oh, Babi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia there. We've tested him before. Sure. He has gone before. He got 41.72%, 74%. So what we have to do is that let's bring him back. Let's come together as a party. Let's unite. Let's work together. Now I can't neither I can't wanna winning elections.
Such a great definition for a nice slogan.
Yes.
There. But I mean, today I'm giving you a free PR before we get into the conversations.
Yes.
What do you think? And I know you are in the camp of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Definitely.
What do you think your candidates have as an edge over his opponents?
Yes, definitely. This is one of the questions. If you ask anybody who's not even in the camp of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, would have a lot of answers for you.
Really?
Even the Ghanaian people.
Really?
If you ask anybody, but why do you think when we put all these people on the scale, you're going to choose Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead of all of them? The first thing that everybody will tell you that he's a very humble man.
Okay.
He's a very, very humble man. Not because he has the ambition to contest or because he wants to go in for presidency or something. Everybody that knows Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from the very beginning knows that this is an intelligent young man who is very, very humble, who respects everybody regardless your background, your religious background, or your financial background. And everybody that's close to him knows that he's religiously addicted to his faith.
Okay.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a committed Muslim for that matter.
Okay.
And sometimes when I hear people say, oh, he's jumping from one churches to the other, I laugh, because we are living in a country where tolerance is one of the key things we are taught in our homes.
Okay.
To love ourselves as one people, to tolerate each other. It's just a belief that we have differences in. I choose to become a Muslim. You said, okay, you know what? I believe to worship my God through Christianity. I think that is something we should allow everybody to choose. And you see, when he says some of his brothers are Christians and names them, people will be like, hey, because this man wants to become president, he says some of his brothers are Christians. And you see, if you go to the northern region, this is something that happens there. We are all aware, like myself. The family I'm coming from, we have Christians, we have Muslims. All my aunties are Christians.
Wow.
And all my uncles are Muslims.
Wow.
Yes, if that's everybody that knows me, all my uncles are Muslims, and then all my aunties are Christians. So if I come and say, oh, even my family, we have Christians and Muslims, is that to say I'm a hypocrite? No. Okay. So sometimes I think we twist some of the things the man says in a wrong direction. Okay. Because myself, I'm a living testimony to that. So if he goes to church to bridge the gap between Muslims and Christians, to preach religious tolerance, people tend to come and attack him. Sometimes they even go as far as attacking him with what is happening in Boko. We all know the history of Boko. When this Boko issue started, way before Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came into a political space. But today, because somebody wants to become flag bearer, they are using that for politics. And whenever I hear that, I feel very, very sad, because I feel like, no, this is below the belt.
Okay.
The man is innocent. He doesn't even know what is happening. He probably doesn't even understand the real issue. Because he's inclined to one of the tribes, doesn't mean we should use that for petty politics.
Okay.
And we know he's always ambitious. He's driven by development. He always wants to look at his environment and how it's going to impact the environment.
Okay.
And then one clear example is when, the youth, we picked the form for him to contest as a flag bearer, because we believe he's the right person to lead us into the 2028 general elections. While we picked the form and presented it to him at his office, the thing he said that touched my heart is that, you know what, I appreciate this kind gesture, and in return to this gesture you people have done for me, I would make sure in my manifesto I give birth or I pen a lot of opportunities for you, the youth. I create jobs that is going to employ all of you, so that tomorrow when you are being employed or you find yourself working, you cast your mind back to what you've done for him and the return he's giving you. So it's somebody who always talks about development, employment. How are we going to make sure we elevate our economy? How are we going to make sure those who are not having the same opportunity as others, those who are less privileged, also benefit from government policies or government developmental projects to also build a future for themselves.
Okay. All right, thank you. Speaking of development and employment, yesterday, did you hear of the Ejumera?
NDC. Oh. You know, you see,
why?
I just want a day where one of these political discussions, we fixed a topic for achievement and development.
Oh yes, we are actually preparing on that day.
Yes, which political party really has done so much for the Ghanaian?
We are preparing a day to look at the contributions from both parties.
From both parties. Even though we have had the less privilege to serve our country as compared to them, because they have had several opportunities, and then in terms of years, they are ahead of us. But if you come to achievement, contribution, project development, they are nowhere closer to us. And if you ask them, this 9 months that they've come, it has always been launching, relaunching, or forming committees. We were here when they formed this anti-flood committee to deal with this flooding issue somewhere in February, where President himself was on grounds. You know what? Let's do this before the flood. Today, as we speak, we are all witnessing what is happening. Yesterday it rained. A day before yesterday it rained. I was going to Circle a day before yesterday in the evening. And if you get to Achimota, where the bridge is going, you can see how the place is flooded. Those who were using Picanto even had to park their cars and wait for the water to go down, because if you joke, the water can carry you away. Even yesterday, same thing happened. So the anti-flood task force, they say they formed. What is the result? Today, Greater Accra, the regional minister is telling us that on data, 60% of our street lights are being fixed. Is that what we are seeing on grounds?
No.
Is that what we are seeing on grounds?
What that woman, I think we really need to.
Yes, when you ask her questions to people say, oh, for this woman, she speaks her mind. It's not a matter of speaking your mind. It's a matter of saying what you've done. You can even... I think somewhere last 2 weeks when they even asked her about this placement issue, see the response she gave. That was a silly response. In a black woman not, when they were doing by-elections and they were sharing money, and they asked her, see the response the woman gave. No, it's about time we start holding our political those in the political class accountable to some of the words they say, because it's becoming so alarming. And you see, I was telling my friend yesterday that this current government, majority of the ministers, they lack credibility. This current government, majority of the leaders or the ministers lack credibility. And I'm very happy that in the 2024 elections, at least we voted for them. And today we are seeing how bankrupt they are. When the opposition, they were making a whole lot of noise, saying a whole lot of things, jumping from one platform to the other, accusing people right, left, center. Today, we've given the mantle to them. Today, we've given authority to them to serve. And God being so good too, these people have been appointed into vantage positions where they have to also contribute to their quota to the development of our country. And we've all seen how bankrupt they are. They are literally bankrupt of ideas. All what they said were literally noise. As we popularly say, empty barrels make the most noise. Because if you look at somebody like the foreign minister, Mirror of Justice, who in opposition, we all saw what he did. And then I think something the media didn't pick, which I feel so sad about, is he dropping the deputy ranking member from attending the UN General meeting. That is very petty. That's very, very petty of him. Why? Because you went to Cote d'Ivoire, you lied to the Ghanaian people through your 32 teeth, and then as a formidable opposition, we sent our deputy ranking member to go and cross-check as to if what you are saying is true. We got there, and surprising enough, what the minister told the country is far from what is on grounds. It's not true. Because he exposed you, you dropped him from attending the UN General Meeting. That is so petty. We're in this country, we saw what Ablakwa did. Have we ever recorded this type of incident that happened? No. Somebody like Sam George, always shouting, talking, thinking that is boldness. That is never boldness. Thinking that is intellectual. That is not intellectual. Today he has been given the mandate, and we are all seeing the outcome.
But he has gotten us a good package from the.
What good package? I don't even want to see if I'm talking about that DSTV issue. I even get pissed off because when he was doing his ministerial press briefing, we all saw his demeanor. We all saw how he was talking. You know what? I'm going into that negotiation, and I'll come out. By the time I come out from that negotiation, it has to be a reduction of price. He was emphatic, where he even said he's aware there's going to be an upgrade in their packages, but that is not what he's going in for. He thanks them for the upgrade, but what he's going in for in the meeting is a reduction of price. You go and come and you go into the meeting, you come, you fail, you are embarrassed. You not come and tell the Ghanaian people, you know what, I'm sorry, what I told you earlier, I couldn't achieve it. Then you come and tell us that what you've done is unprecedented. What is unprecedented about what you have done? What is unprecedented about that? Just come and apologize. You see, what they are doing will get to a point where we will lack confidence in them. Because tomorrow, I don't think if Honorable Sam George come and sit here and tell us that, you know what, I'm going to lobby for ABC, we are going to trust him. Until the results come, we are not going to trust him. Because we saw how pompous he was. And I think as journalists, you also have to join me so that we condemn his act at Joy when he was granting an interview with Mr. Evans and then insulting journalists that he lacks comprehension. That is below the belt. As a minister, a cabinet minister for that matter, that is way below the belt. This is not a matter of partisanship. The IP address the president is talking about should have tracked Sam George, and then by now should have been dealt with. Let's be honest. He should have been tracked by the IP address and be dealt with. Because if a whole minister, children are sitting home watching you, and this is the way you could communicate. This is the way you could say whatever you want to say. Then that is below the belt. Because children are also learning from you. If I also go and sit on a platform and say maybe the president makes a claim and I say what the president is saying, he lacks comprehension, that's a big insult, which I will never do that. So please, they should tame down, they should relax. They just came into government 9 months. The ration is too much, and the arrogance, we are already seeing it.
Okay. So you didn't really say anything about the Jumera. You just
definitely that's what I talked about. It's just about launching. We've not seen the results yet. Until we see
sorry.
a positive results, I think there's nothing we can say about that. And I'm happy even our minority leader at UPSC made a bold claim that yes, some of the policies they've brought before them are good policies. And you see that's the difference between NPP and NDC. We will not go and try to run down a policy because it's not coming from us. Like what they did to free SHS. We are not going to do that. If it's a good policy which is going to cushion the Ghanaian people, yes, it's a good policy. We'll support you. Like the minority leader said, 24-hour economy is a good policy which is going to boost employment in this country. That is if they are able to roll it out. And that is what we have a problem with. And we are hoping that they'll be able to roll it out. You talked about this big push. If big push, we are able to execute it, it's going to enhance our road facility. And that is the good news to the Ghanaian people. Because we are always scared. I know you've heard of Hope City before, where they launched Hope City. They were 10 billion, blah, blah, blah. At the end, what happened? Nothing. It was just a paperwork. If you go through their green book, there are a lot of things in their green book that if you go on ground, you are not going to see. So for the launching, like this and Kokon Kitty and what have you, we've seen it before. But what is the end result? Just look at the Kokon Kitty policy you are talking about. Today you are telling us you have budgeted 200 million to purchase 3 million checks. 3 million checks. You've budgeted 200 million to purchase that. And then to appreciate mathematics, if you divide the 3 million by the 200 million, it gives you 67 Ghana cedis per each check. So the little bit bed that they are going to buy is 67 Ghana cedis. So quickly I said, oh, you know what? Let me phone in my uncle in North. Because mostly that's the places where we get some of these things from. And ask him the price of a check. So I called him, oh, I won't care before Tokumo Gagba 20 Ghana cedis alokum. Meaning if you buy it at a maximum price, it's 20 Ghana cedis. Because let me call my friend in Accra here, who's in the person of Gerard, who's also into poultry. That's the same thing he also told me. He said the maximum you could even get is 25 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Festus is in Sunyane, he's also into poultry. I called him too and said the maximum I could get is 20 Ghana cedis. So this is to tell us that the 67 Ghana cedis definitely is total loot and embezzlement. And we are begging them. We know that our Greek minister, Eric Opoku, wants to contest for flag bearership. He needs money, we are aware. But we are begging. Albarka, you should reduce the price for us. Because 67 Ghana cedis for just a chick, they promised us they were going to protect the public purse. They should not steal it away. We are begging. We have a generation, we have unborn children we have to protect the public purse for. So we are begging. Albarka. Yes, and yesterday too, I was very, very surprised when we saw nurses hitting on the street crying just because they've worked for 10 months and to date they've not even received a peswa from the government. And it's so sad because the nurses, these same nurses, were vulnerable to this political party we are talking about. They use them to achieve what they want. We all saw what happened prior to the 2024 elections, where they were jumping from one nursing school to the other, promising them, assuring them. Yes, I'm listening. I'm listening.
How long has the nurses been owed?
And that is what they said yesterday. They've not been paid for 10 months. How long is the government in power? 9 months. So even if you come to blame President Akufo-Addo, it's 1 month. Yes. It's 1 month.
Sorry.
It's 1 month. Because you see,
do you have water there?
Yes. Okay. Let me. Sorry.
All right. Sure. You see why I told you Fridays are very interesting, and especially when you have Baki on the show, you will enjoy the conversations.
This Charlie. You see, I have said time without number that these NDC people, prior to the 2024 elections, were jumping from one nursing school to the other, promising them that they were going to give them better condition of service. And then it's so sad that our nursing students also fell for it, because these were the same people that cancelled your nursing training allowance. And it took President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to come and restore it for you. I think they're saying that sometimes we do forget too easily. It's true, because if you had somebody who came to restore something that a particular person has cancelled, and today that same person is coming to tell you he's coming to restore a better condition of service for you, you trusted them. We also saw how the nurses hit street to even sometimes campaign for the NDC, how they even begged President Mahama to come back. And today we are seeing the end result of it, how they are equally crying and today begging that they've worked for 10 months without a single salary. And for that matter, yesterday you could see how people were crying. I've never witnessed a demonstration where you see ladies crying, gentlemen even crying. Yes, in this country, I have never seen such a demonstration. What I see is people hit street to demonstrate. People are angry, saying things that they are not comfortable with, registering their displeasure and all that. But yesterday, you could see ladies crying, weeping, that their landlords are sacking them.
You've never seen.
Yes, in this country, since I started following politics, I've never seen people embarking on demonstration crying.
Okay,
this is not something like to say they are forging it. You could see they are speaking from emotions because they are really feeling it. Okay. Imagine working for 10 good months without a single salary. Meanwhile, people are chartering private jets. Meanwhile, people are buying vehicles for their girlfriends and what have you. So please, we are begging the health minister and the finance minister. They should pay our younger sisters and brothers. They deserve those salaries so that they can pay their rent and the petty staffs they are owing. You could even see the minister's demeanor when he was coming to approach them, laughing because he's satisfied. He's okay. He doesn't have any problem. Yeah.
Oh, so what sort of demeanor were you expecting the minister?
No, but you see, people are demonstrating. Yeah. They are not okay with something. Before somebody hits on the street to demonstrate, meaning the person is not comfortable or okay with what is happening. And then the hit on the street to come and register their displeasure. They came to your ministry. Definitely, whoever went to report to the minister that there are nurses here to see you, would the minister would ask of their condition. How are they? Like, are they angry? What is their state? And definitely the person will brief him that some are even crying. So definitely if somebody is crying, that should tell you that you should be a bit remorseful when approaching the person to deal with the issue. But you saw how he was hopping, jumping, and he was smiling. And I was like, what's wrong with this minister? Because you are okay, you are satisfied. You are in your suit, you are in air condition. So you think everything is okay, right? He got there and you could see the disrespect the nurses showed to him. And for me, I don't blame them because they felt he has disrespected them. When he was talking, they were like, oh, he's lying. Let's listen to his lies. Oh, it's not true. Oh, till when? And all that. You could play the video and listen to what the nurses were saying at the background. But imagine the minister that come humbly, remorseful, and then share the same pain with them and give them some messages of hope. They would have at least listened and go back home. But when he was coming, he was hopping, laughing, smiling, as if what they were doing was a joke. And the students were very, very agitated and angry at him. Where some were even insulting him and all that. I don't condone that. Sure. But somebody has worked for 10 months. You're in government for 9 months. We voted for you to come and fix the problems you said we are causing. And today, what is the outcome?
Okay. All right. Thank you there. Now, getting into the main conversations for the day. Yesterday, there was a new cocoa pricing announcement which takes effect today. And there's been an increase of about 12.13%, right? That's almost in the region of 400 cedis per bag. What do you make of this window pricing? There's a second pricing in this window alone.
You see, that's why in my earlier submission I said these people, they lack credibility. Wow. Because we all saw what the current finance minister, Dr. Keisela Tuforsen, said when they were in opposition, prior to just these 2024 elections. The current agri minister, Eriko Poku, where he even granted an interview on Onuya TV. We all heard what they said. At the time, they were saying the price the MPP were paying the cocoa farmers was a big cheat. We were cheating them, we were looting from them, and they were suffering without benefiting from their labor. And what did they say? As at that time, they said we were supposed to pay them 6,500 Ghana cedis. That was what the finance minister said. Okay. Even in parliament, he made those profound statements. And the cocoa farmer said, you know what? It's true. What you are saying is true. So for that matter, let me vote for you so that you are saying the MPP government is cheating us. They're supposed to pay us 6,500. You come and then restore that 6,500 for us. Or you come and then make sure we receive that 6,500 Ghana cedis. And then you see in most of the cocoa areas, go and check the data. We lost there woefully. Yes. In most of the cocoa areas, most of the Galamsey areas, MPP lost woefully. Why? Because of some of the promises they went around giving them. Okay. Fast forward, they massively endorsed you to come and then increase the price to 6,500 for them. When they came, what did they do? And let's even look at the records of cocoa pricing from 2016 when they handed over to us. They handed over to us at 475 Ghana cedis. That was what NDC handed over to the New Patriotic Party, which they claim that we are wicked, we don't think about the Ghanaian people. When they handed over to us, we increased it in 2019, 2020 to 515 Ghana cedis. 2020, we increased it to 660 Ghana cedis. Then we retained the same 660 Ghana cedis in 2021. 2022, we increased it to 800 Ghana cedis. 2023, we increased it to 1,308 Ghana cedis. Then 2024, before we handed over to them, it was at 3,100 Ghana cedis. Okay. You see the analysis I'm giving you. In 2024, when we were handing over to them, we took it from them as 475 Ghana cedis, and then we handed over at 3,100 Ghana cedis to them.
Okay. Looking at these figures you've given, let's also look, because we all know that this cocoa pricing. Sorry, I think. Or should we get you a drag rather? You're okay. All right. We all know that this cocoa pricing, it's.
Can we talk about global market?
Exactly, because that is what it is.
So as at the time, where we were, we increased it to 3,000. They said we were selling it at the global market at 9,600. Then we are giving them 3,000. It's a cheat. Today at the global market, it's $6,522 US. If you convert it to today, let me just do it for you on air. 6,522 to
what's the dollar rate now?
It's 12.41 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Almost hitting 30 Ghana cedis.
30.
13, sorry. 13 Ghana cedis.
Today your people are not here, so you are just putogum shegums on them.
Yeah, so if you check, it has even ballooned. And what is the price they're giving us today? You could see the cocoa board director jumping from one TV station to the other, just saying things that even the journalists were not understanding him.
Really?
Yes, and if you want to ask him questions, sometimes they try to get angry so that you don't pursue what you want to say. So definitely they lie to the Ghanaian people, and they are aware. And I think it's true that Martin Luther King Jr. said, the very day we become quiet, that is where we start to end, our lives begin to end. And then the power, our voice is our power, is our weapon for which we can use against the oppressors or people who are not doing things in Africa. And I think that's true. Because when they brought the first pricing, which they increased by just 122 or 125 Ghana cedis, we spoke against it. Cocoa farmers were angry. Some even invoked curses on them. Yes, there are videos to that effect, and I have all of them here. Some even invoked curses on them, to the extent where the minority even had to organize a press conference. We had to hold them accountable to what they said when they were in opposition. We had to speak. So I think the heat of the conversation, some of the things we said, pricked their conscience that, you know what the people are saying is true. So let's increase it. We were thinking they were coming to balloon or double the price to the 6,000 at least. Even if you can't meet the 6,500, just make it 6,000 for them. Just for them to come and tell us, you know what, let's just add 400, as if they are paying in installment. So if they want to pay in installment to the farmers, they should let them know that now we promise you we cannot do it, we cannot live up to tax, so we pay in installment. We've given you 122, we will give you 400. Maybe next year we add 1,000. The following year we add 500. So we understand, because today this thought payment they are doing, I don't think it's going to favor us. And this would continue to increase the smuggling of cocoa to Cote d'Ivoire, because their price is better. So people would go on to smuggle cocoa to Cote d'Ivoire to sell instead of selling to our government. So they should please again go by their promises, go by their words, and then deliver on what they said. They should increase it to the 6,500.
Okay. Now, before we move on, let me ask this. I understand that yes, you took it from 450 something to 3,000, right?
Yes, please.
Now,
which you have to commend us for that.
Okay. Let's look at the margin through which you did this. When you took over in 2016, it was 450 something. In 2017, did you increase it?
Yes, we
in 2017?
No, we didn't increase it in 2017.
2018?
2018, we didn't increase it. 2019, 2019, we then increased it to 515 Ghana cedis.
Okay, so in 3 years, you increased it in only one window, and with that,
because
it was just about
150
cedis.
So let's appreciate this fact. 2016. I want to cast our mind back to 2016. everybody listening to us this morning should also put himself in this situation I'm talking about. And let's look at some of the things that were happening. Before we even came into government in 2017, our economy were in shambles. That's first of all. Secondly, you heard of this Ebola that didn't even affect our country, where they were complaining about Ebola that didn't even come into this country. They were complaining about it. So our economy was
in shambles.
Our economy was in shambles. Galamsey was at its peak at that time. That was a time people were allowed to mine on water bodies and in forest reserves. That was affecting our water bodies and that of our environment. And also, we promised to roll out the free SHS policy, for which when we came in 2017, we went according to our words and we implemented it, which I always say I was part of the first batch. So that alone should tell you that the New Patriotic Party at that time were rolling out a lot of good policies for the Ghanaian people. We were thinking of the one constituency, one ambulance policy. Yes.
And did it happen?
Today, before we left power, each constituency got its ambulance. There is no constituency that can come out and say New Patriotic Party didn't bring them an ambulance. They should come and say it. One constituency, one ambulance, not Atu Forces ambulance purchase, not that one. Our ambulance purchase. Each constituency got an ambulance. We rolled out free SHS. And you know, during 2017 to 2018, that was a period we were putting some of these policies in place. So right after, we said, you know what, cocoa farmers, we think about you. 2019, we increased our price for them. 2020, we said, we'll increase it again for you. We increased our 660 Ghana cedis. 2021 was when we just left from the 2020 elections. And we had to make sure we put things in order. That was where we maintained it at 660 Ghana cedis. Then 2022, we increased it to 800 Ghana cedis. That is a political party that cares about the people. Then 2023, we increased it to 1,308 Ghana cedis. Then now, we doubled it to 3,000 Ghana cedis. More than double.
Okay, now let's look at this here. Looking at the same ways that... looking at the same explanation you just given, which is very fair enough. I mean, a new party comes to power, they have their own interventions they want to implement and all. This is also a new government. We've seen them roll out the 2 million coders program, the no stress fee program.
No stress fees that to date people have not gotten yet. My sister is in university.
But they are paying.
Free SHS, everybody at a go. You see, sometimes these people, they have to. There's nothing wrong with it. You see, we have created the impression.
They are paying the board holders.
We have created.
Your government was.
We have created the impression that, so far as you're an NDC, you cannot solicit for advice from the NPP. That shouldn't be the case. You have found challenges in some of the things. At least reach out to President Akufo-Addo. Oh, how do you do your free SHS? I'm finding difficulties with my free tertiary policy. Please help me. Then we help them. There's nothing wrong with that. When we are done with campaign after every 4 years, which is mandated by the constitution, the next thing is governance. We will critique them on the policies they set to roll out to make sure we are on the right path. But as and when we are doing that, they equally have the right to also reach out to us. You know what? I want to do ABC. How were you people doing it? Because Akufo-Addo did free SHS. Call him, ask him. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So, you see, I know you are coming to talk about they've done this, they've done that, they've done that. So why telling them to increase their prices? This is something, and that is what yesterday I was telling my mom. We were having a discussion about all these cuckoo prices and what have you. It's not the matter of somebody was saying, you people were in government for 8 years. You couldn't fix Galamsey. So what moral right do you have to criticize this current government? We are not criticizing them because we feel like criticizing them or we have the moral right or not. But we are reminding them of what they said. of the picture they painted.
Okay.
They painted a picture that this thing is supposed to be that. And we can do that for you. So vote for me and let me do that for you.
Exactly.
And that is what we are reminding them. Finance Minister said you are supposed to be paid 6,500. Boldly said it. Even in Parliament, where we have where's a records, a House of Records, went there and said the same thing. So we are saying this is what you said. Oh, we didn't force you to say it. And you cannot stand anywhere and say MPP in 2016 we said when we come we are increasing it to this or that or this or that. We promised them a better condition.
And you gave it to them.
Yes, and we gave it to them today.
Really?
We took it for 475.
In 2016, before the NDC left power, what do we call it? This thing. Oh, this. Why is it escaping me? Your prayers are working. The insecticides and the this thing that we give to plants to you know remind me.
I don't know.
It's okay. Go continue.
You see, so that is basically what we are doing to remind them. It's just like what is happening to Sam George right now. Somebody will say, "Oh, but at least he has lobbied for a value addition to the packages we are enjoying." Yes, we cannot run away from that. But the issue is what he said. That is what we are holding him accountable for. Because you see, sometimes that's why I say Sam George is somebody that when President Mahama is considering reshuffling ministers, that's what affect him.
Really,
he has to go and sit back home and then look at how people govern. Because as a minister, there are certain things you have to take your time. You see, there are some of their ministers, I don't want to mention names, and some of their CEOs, I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
But people listening to me know that what I'm saying is the truth. Who are doing awesomely well.
Okay.
We can't say they are all failing woefully. No, it's not true. Whoever sits somewhere to say this government, all of them are failing, it's not true. Some of them are doing excellently well, and we are seeing it.
Okay.
I can mention some of the CEOs.
I mentioned their
like
names.
YEA, they are doing awesomely well.
Okay.
You get it? So if you are going into a negotiation, then you come online, come and say a whole lot of things you want to say. Go and come back, embarrass yourself, and come and sit on the same social media to say what I've done is unprecedented. Definitely, you should know people should hold you accountable to that. Because it's a reduction of price.
Okay.
And the value addition we've been talking about, it's a promotion DSTV has been rolling out already. And now they have extended it to 3 months. So when the 3 month time is up, that is where they are going to consider a review. So what we are even seeing is not permanent. So what credit is it coming to take? For what?
So ultimately, on the cocoa price, you don't think this is any encouraging move by the government?
No. This. You see, if they had increased it to at least 5,000 or 4,000, we could say, yes, they are up to something. But just 100 Ghana cedis, you come to 400, as if they are buying tot of alcohol. No, increase it. Let the people feel the impact. Yesterday I was watching one video when they increased it to 128, where a visually impaired cocoa farmer was crying. Was crying that this wasn't the promise you gave us. You met us, and the promises you gave us, we are aware, we know. And you told us we should vote for you. When you come, immediately you come, you make sure we have a better living condition. You see, political parties are formed to come and then one win elections. After winning elections, all you bring is development, making sure the Ghanaian people are cushioning they are in good states. They at least have some basic needs. So I don't believe that one political party is going to rule forever. No. So if MPP, we've been able to increase it from 1,300 to 3,000, and then you also come and tell them that I'm increasing to 6,000, and MPP is not saying anything, definitely I'll vote for you.
Okay.
So if I vote for you and you don't give me that, I'll be disappointed. I'll be disappointed. So if I tell you, PK, I'm going to give you, you know what, PK, put me on your show. If you put me on the show, I'll give you 5,000 Ghana cedis. Then you put me on the show and I come and give you 100 Ghana cedis. Let's be honest. would you appreciate that? You will not.
Okay.
We are all human beings. You will not. So if the people had also voted against them as a political party, we will not be happy.
Okay.
So that is the same thing that is happening here.
All right. Okay, thank you. There is a petition. I think this year we are receiving
a lot of petitions.
And one of the petitions that is now in address is a petition against Justice Kulindi, who is a Supreme Court judge. There is a petition against him for misconduct, for allegedly interfering in the case of Mr. Jakpa, the Attorney General, and then the current Finance Minister. And this person, there's a private citizen who is petitioning the president to remove the justice. And one of the things that we are looking at or considering here is the fact that the justice is also a cousin to one of the people in this case. Do you think this petition holds merit?
Yes.
Looking at the facts that came out from that particular case, do you think this petition holds merit?
Yes, definitely. Definitely it holds a lot of merit. And I believe strongly that at this moment we should also allow the CID
to
do her work and do their investigation so that we see the outcome of it. Because if you look at the petition, the concerns that were raised were valid concerns. And through the case, you could see there were a whole lot of banters. This is saying this. The other party too is saying something else. At a point, as a country, we were even confused as to what was going on. But one how do we call it? This case itself, this trial itself, the case or the petition that was written by Daniel Mafu Ofuri, mostly add the other to it, people tend to coin the conversation to one side.
But I mean, we can't take that.
Yes, but you see, sometimes when I have always said, responsibility should go beyond emotions, and sometimes let's not be limiting some certain things to issues that have happened or family members or something like that. And always I've told my friends, see, if something happened, let's take our time, put emotions aside, deal with the issue. Before, if you want to attach your emotions, you can do that. Because in Ghana, you realize that mostly when issues happen, we tend to focus on the emotional aspect, leaving the substance of the issue. A clear example is what happened in Ridge Hospital. At a point, we're not talking about the violent attack or the abuse that have been meted to the nurses. We're talking about the association and the minister who have disrespected who. That wasn't the issue. You get it? So we lose focus from the substance of the issue, trying to focus on emotional gimmicks, which is not going to help us. So with this issue, I will be very hopeful if the president can really look into it. CID can also conduct their investigation. If at the end there's something valuable we can find from it, we go ahead and deal with it. If there's nothing spoils. Because if you look at the issues very, very well, where it has to do with the Republic versus Casey Latoforsen, our current finance minister, and two others, where the other party, who is Mr. Animona, was ill. So for that matter, I was not involved in the trial. The trial was between Casey Latoforsen, Richard Jakpa, and then Godfred Dami. And if you look at the cases, where at the trial, when Richard Jakpa was cross-checked, cross-examined, he made it clear that he got the Attorney General's number from Justice Kulindi. So first of all, there is some level of, at least, suspicion over there. Because there are a number of people, and if there's a case where as a justice you know he's not supposed to interfere, and then all these allegations are coming out. These are wild allegations. Because first of all, if you say you got your number from Justice Kulindi, is one allegation that yes can be based on to investigate the issue. Secondly, we talked about the point where Justice Kulindi went to the office of Attorney General to plead on behalf of Richard Jakpa for him to be granted bail, even though he didn't meet the bail condition. That is also another wild allegation, because today we are seeing what is happening in Yoko. We are all witnesses to what is happening. And whenever you mention Yoko, people tend to limit it to MPP members that were arrested. No. Chairman Untumi was arrested, and we saw the draconian bail term that was given to him. We saw what happened to Abronye, what happened to Obama Pukiase, and we see with Obama Pukiase. Sometimes whenever I hear his name, and then listen to the charges that were pressed against him, I sit down and laugh, and I be like, what are we getting as a country? Because somebody reposted a video of people holding gun, people showcasing guns in public, and saying, IGP, I think you are not up to tax. You have to look into this issue and make sure you get this gentleman to accountable. Because if somebody is brandishing gun, shooting in public, and somebody reposts the video, you go and arrest the person.
Is that what?
Read the charges. If you read the charges, you see it.
But is that what you just said?
Yes.
Was that the caption?
Oh yes, he said IGP is not up to tax. Right. So now IGP is looking at the emotional aspect, not the content of what the gentleman is posting. And you see, because of this, you and I will agree that this shouldn't constitute to going to break the person's door at dawn just to drag the person out. No, you see, we shouldn't be condoning some of these things. You invite them, they come. When they come, you detain them. So the next time you invite somebody and it doesn't come, it's because of some of the precedents you've set for yourself. Somebody like Fanti Comedy was on live. Somebody said something on his live stream. Then you go and arrest him. Even though the Fanti Comedy has reached out to the person to apologize. You arrested him, gave a whole lot of draconian bail terms, detained him for some time. You see, it's not going to help us as a country. The likes of Kofi Apalu, who was an independent presidential candidate, we saw what happened to him. You see, I have said times without number that we are swaying away our focus from certain things that are very important. Somebody like Kofi Apalu made a very wild allegation, and what did he say? He said, when we lost our 8 gallant men, this gentleman who is popularly known as Apia Stadium called him and told him, you, after the funeral, will come and arrest you. Yoko come and arrest you. It's a very wild allegation. Where did Apia Stadium get this information from? And who is Apia Stadium? In what capacity does Apia Stadium have to phone somebody and tell him Yoko come and arrest you? And truly, after the funeral, Yoko went to arrest him. No, you see, sometimes we laugh over it and feel like it's not something serious. But they are lowering the standard of governance.
Sure.
They are lowering the standard of governance. So today they are giving draconian bail terms just to detain people like Shatawale and the rest, and intimidate them, frustrate them. You during that time, Richard Jakpa called his cousin, which is Justice Kulindi, to go to Attorney General's office to plead on his behalf for him to be released, even though he didn't meet
the
bail conditions. Okay. There was also an instance where Justice Kulindi invited Godfrey Dami to his residence. And see, the allegations, when I read them, I was like, Charlie, this is very wild.
Did he invite him, or Godfrey rather visited him?
Per the petition, they said he invited him. Listen, no, he invited Godfrey Dami to his residence in the presence of Richard Jakpa.
Okay.
So first of all, what's the intention behind it? Because if somebody is undergoing a trial and I'm the Attorney General, then PK, because you're my friend and then the person is your cousin, you call me to your house for us to have a conversation. I come and then the person is in your house. What is the intention behind it?
Sure.
He goes, then up to date, we are hearing two sides of the story from that meeting, because Attorney General is saying a different thing altogether. Richard Jakpa too is saying a different thing altogether. Where Richard Jakpa is saying that, you know what, Attorney General wanted to come and then connive with him so that they can
pin the case
against Atuforsen. And Attorney General to say, you know what, it's not true. Attorney General was also saying something different. So till today,
what is Attorney General saying?
I think he said how do we call it? He was called so that he can take Richard Jakpa out of the case. That is what Attorney General is saying. Okay. And Richard Jakpa is saying a different thing altogether. Till today, you and I were not there. Who is speaking the truth?
Okay.
So some of these things, we have to take our time, investigate it, look at some of the sequences or some of the precedent that has happened. Then we can get to the bottom of this issue. Because in the same petition was recorded where Richard Jakpa sent about 68 messages to Attorney General Godfrey Dame, and Godfrey Dame replied only 2 of those messages. So till date, all these things have to be investigated. So if Daniel Mafo Oforiata, whether being the cousin of Oforiata or whoever, writes this petition or petition CID and President to look into this issue, I think it's a right call in the right direction, because these allegations are very wild ones for which, as a nation, we have to really look into it. Because if truly they have nothing to hide, why should anybody be scared?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Baki. Let's look at our last topic for discussion today. Your candidate has said some things.
Yes.
I think on his talk, he mentioned that Ghanaians should give him the nod again, and when he comes to power, he's going to complete all the Agenda 111 projects.
And that's a fact.
That has been abandoned by the NDC.
That is a fact.
But how has the NDC abandoned these projects?
That's a fact.
And first of all, we thought these projects were already completed. Most of them have been completed by the NPP. And secondly, NDC only assumed power less than a year now. There are some basic things they need to attend to. So how do we classify this short term as an abandonment time of our health sector? That notwithstanding, we all know also the critical condition our health ministry or system is, that we need some of these infrastructures to help cushion our patients. So looking at both ends of the tie, do you think being in power for 8 years and not being able to complete it and now blaming somebody for its abandonment is the fair share of the whole deal?
Yes, I think what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said is based on our history as a political party, and then history as a political system we've had as a country.
Okay.
And we speak based on fact, because we know this current government we are dealing with. And prior to the 2024 elections, there were a whole lot of other allegations against the New Patriotic Party. And in terms of infrastructure, we've underperformed. We've not done anything. We can't even boast of one school we've built. We can't even boast of a hospital that has been built by us. Which, today, I find it so worrying that why did we keep so quiet about some of these things? Because if you go to the records, we've done far better than the NDC. But we were so quiet to the extent that people believed it, that what they were saying is true. Truly, MPP has done nothing in terms of building hospitals, in terms of building schools, and what have you. Let me give you the proper data and the history of our hospitals in this country.
Okay.
Time will not permit me, but let me just give you a brief one. You see, President Mills, late President Atta Mills, initiated four hospitals, which is the Lekma Hospital, Bank Hospital, Maritime Hospital, and the University of Ghana Phase 1 Hospital. At the end of his tenure, which he couldn't finish, we lost him during the period, he was able to only complete one hospital, which is the Lekma Hospital, leaving 3. President Mahama took over. He also initiated the Dodowa, Fomena, Kumewu, Bamboy, Sola, Somenya, Garutimpane hospitals. And then by the time he also handed over to President Akufo-Addo, he was able to complete only one hospital.
Really?
Follow the discussion properly.
He
completed only one.
Really?
Which is the Dodowa Hospital. Which is the Dodowa Hospital, but completed the other 3 President Mills initiated and didn't complete. So in all, he completed 4 hospitals. Then President Akufo-Addo, who today they claim he's a wicked president we've ever had. President Bawumia and co. that they tagged as a wicked brand. They took over, and then the hospitals that they inherited from President Mahama, we completed all of them. Which is the Bamboy Hospital, which is the Bupe Tolon Hospital, which was even commissioned by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, where I was present. Bamboy is President Mahama's hometown, which was built and commissioned by our government. Bupe Hospital, which was commissioned by President Akufo-Addo. We can talk about the Kumewu Hospital, the Solar Hospital, and what have you. And then President Akufo-Addo also came to complete the Iroject project hospitals. And the Iroject project hospitals are the hospitals that were initiated by President Kufuor, which was inherited in the late Professor Mills regime and then John Mahama's regime. They are 8 years regime. They couldn't complete one of those hospitals. It took President Akufo-Addo to come and complete them. Really? And a clear example is the Upper West Regional Hospital. I went to school in Upper West. I went to SDDU base, which is former UDSY campus. And then they commissioned this hospital in 2019. And I was there when they were commissioning the Upper West Regional Hospital. It was initiated by President Kufuor and was completed by President Akufo-Addo. You see, the most surprising thing is that even as late as Dr. Champon in the military regime, he initiated a hospital, which is the Bekwai Hospital. It took President Akufo-Addo to come and complete those hospitals. Yes, but today they go around and say we've done nothing. And President Akufo-Addo also initiated and complete some of the hospitals, which is the Seshi Akontomra Hospital, the Suame Hospital. We have the Chidie Hospital. Yes, we have the Drobonso Hospital, Achase Hospital, Afram Place. We have Elubo, University of Ghana Center Phase 2. Really? We built it. Yes, the records are clear. University of Ghana Hospital Center Phase 2 was built by our government. So the records of coming to inherit projects from other government and completing it is there. We've established that. Also initiating our own project and completing it is also, we've also done that. And now, before we left office, we initiated a new policy, which at the end, if we're able to achieve all of them as a country, I think we'll go a very long way to help all of us, which is Agenda 111. And that is a brilliant vision any president or a leader can have. As at the time we left office, some majority of them were 70% complete, some were 90% complete, some were even complete but not operational. Let's get the difference. Some were complete but not operational. I think about 2 or 3 were completed but not operational. Yes. So if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says that, you know what, these people, we know them, President Kufuor has initiated a project, which is the Roger project, where they came and then they abandoned it. Because of that, I know definitely are going to abandon Agenda 111 because they feel it's not coming from them. So Ghanaian people should temper mercy with justice and then vote for him. And when he comes, he's going to complete all those projects. Yes, it's true. And you realize President Akufo-Addo went to Bantama after Otumfo, with the greatest of respect, after his mom's demise, their funeral. He went to Bantama, where he went to support Honorable Asensio Boache to commission his hospital. And President Akufo-Addo made a bold statement that truly, if you are checking the records of our country, right, those who have come and they've contributed a lot to the country is President Kufuor and then President Akufo-Addo from the Fourth Republic. And that is unprecedented. Nobody can debate that. If you are talking about infrastructures, if you are talking about policies, if you are talking about projects, the MPP government have done what is unprecedented. And it cannot be, it's undebatable. Nobody, no NDC member can debate that. That's why I'm saying one day fix a date, fix a time for us to come and debate on that. Because when we talk about policies like free SHS, you think of MPP. When you talk about Maslock, you think of MPP. When you talk about free NHIS, you think of MPP. When you talk about school feeding program, you think of MPP. One constituency, one umbrella, you think of MPP. When we see, there are a lot that we can talk about.
One constituency, one dam. One constituency, $1 million.
Yes, so if you have to mention them, and see, those are beautiful policies. Yes, maybe you might not be able to achieve all of them, one constituency, one district, one district, one how do we call it?
One down.
No, one district, one factory. It's a brilliant policy. Whenever I look at the policy document, I feel like, Charlie, as a country, whether MPP or NDC, we should have a policy document that makes it binding
for every government.
For every government to look at that policy and implement. At least if you're not able to do or start some, the other government should come and start. If you look at some of the policies, they are very brilliant policies. Because if every district is having a factory, meaning it's going to boost industrialization in our country, which will go a long way to cut down the importation of other goods from our neighboring countries. You see, sometimes as a young man, I don't do research about our country and some of the things we can do and all that. Sometimes I cast my mind back to what late President Nkrumah started. And sometimes I feel like crying because if you look at some of the factories that today are not operational.
Even as a then, he had that vision for all these things.
That are not operational. And I feel like because we had a factory that was manufacturing ties and all that, factories that were manufacturing matches. Today we are importing matches.
Serious.
Today that we claim we are in a modern world. Today that we claim we are Gen Zs. Today that we claim that we know everything. Today that almost all the technologies we need are at our disposal. Today we are rather importing most of the things instead of making sure we look at some of these abandoned projects and then strengthen them again. And if you look at the history of this project and how they were abandoned, you trace it back to PNDC, which is the same NDC today we are talking about. They just changed their name. It's the PNDC that collapsed all these things. And sometimes it's very sad. I don't want to go to that target of politicizing it, but please, let's re-look at some of these things. If there is a way we can bring them back, or we can revive it again, or we can revamp it again, let's do that and create an economy that is driven on industrialization and look at the one district, one factory too.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Baki. You've really done great justice to all our topics this morning. But Baki, as we are leaving the studios this morning, what do you have to say, your last words for your listeners? And
yes, I think all I can say is that let's also have hope.
Sure.
Let's still have faith. Let's pray to God. I know it's not easy. We are going through hard times where nurses are demonstrating, teachers, what have you. But let's still have hope. Let's work. Let's work hard. And then very soon, just 3 months, 3 years, 3 months from now, we'll go back to the polls. And I know the Ghanaian people would do due diligence by massively voting for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia again to become our president, where we can bring, come and continue our good policies and the good works we've already started. Yesterday was our mother's birthday, Miss Nada Jinapo, the wife of the hard-working member of parliament for the good people of Damango and the current ranking member for the foreign committee. I want to wish her a happy belated birthday. May God continuously bless her with good health, success, happiness, and then may she continue to do the good works and then the good initiatives she's doing for the good people of Damango. They really miss her. They adore her a lot. Happy birthday, Mommy.
Happy birthday to Mommy, wherever she is this morning. And we thank you also who listened to us and watched us in your homes and various places of abode. This is where we end the show this morning. We'll be back on your airwaves next week, same time. Enjoy your weekend.